Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrappin' Crafty Gardener. And today's project is going to be based on this past Friday night's Craft Roulette Challenge. It's challenge number 204. And the project we needed to make was Thinking of You. The colors we needed to use were fairy tale colors. The element we needed to add were here's or ears. And then for random, we needed a stamped background. So this is what I've assembled for my project today, and we're going to get started. These sorting trays I got from Dollar Tree, and they're wonderful. So I'm going to start. We're going to make another 5x7 card. So this is a 10-inch by 7-inch piece of cardstock that I scored in half at 5 inches, folded over, creased it with a bone folder. And when I think of fairy tales, I think of pinks and silvers and blues, but I'm just going to do pink and silvers today. And I see the paper I chose has a little bit of, let's see if I can get it, fuzzy edges. So I'm just going to use my nail file and clean those off a little bit. Now I'm using a thin pink metallic cardstock. I got this in a pack of metallic cardstocks from Joann Fabrics a few years ago. I think they still carry similar. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I'm going to make another horizontal card today. Then I have a piece of silver mirror cardstock. I believe this one's from Spellbinders. It's either Spellbinders or Tonic Studios. I'm not sure. It was just in my scrap bin. This measures 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and that will sit in there. And then for my main piece of the white, this is 6 1/8 by 4 1/8, and that's just going to sit with a little narrow silver background. I'm going to start by gluing these two pieces together. So let me have a seat here. And I'm going to be using my Tombow Multi. Now see the silver, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it has some smudges and scratches. That's okay because the majority of it's going to be covered up. This metallic cardstock is on the thinner side. It's not real thin, but it's not real heavy either. And it cuts beautifully, normally. My Fiskars has a bad blade again, even though I just put it in like a couple weeks ago. Put that down. Now we'll put down the silver. And I just kind of want to center that because I want the pink to show the most on this card. Now I'm going to use the tool I made yesterday. In yesterday's video, it was an old acrylic block that was chipped and scratched, and I did this to the top. And for those that watched yesterday, when I put the liquid pearls down, when I pulled it up, they were pointed, and I wondered if it would flatten out or stay pointed, and they stayed pointed. So I need to work on that. The only thing I added since yesterday's video were these two glittery flat back gems. I'm going to sit this on top of this while it's drying, and I'm going to set this off to the side. Now, for our card, we needed to do a stamped background. And I guess you didn't have to make a card because this project didn't say card. Oh, somehow I turned the television on. Hold on. Okay. I have this, it's a foam-backed red rubber stamp. I honestly don't know who made it, but it has some flowers and some greenery, ferns. And I'm going to stamp that in just a moment. But first, I'm going to color blend the background. And I'm going to be using GinaK Medium Carnation. And I'm just going to splotch it on. I want this background to look splotchy. I don't want it to be smooth. Kind of like, not really clouds, but sort of clouds. As you'll see why when I get to my stamp that I'm going to be using for the main image, not the background image. And I just want it on like that. And I'm done with that color. Now I'm going to use the Holtz Distress Oxide in Picked Raspberry. This is just a brighter color pink. And I'm just gonna put it on just the same, a swirly, splotchy background. Now the Distress Oxides and the GinaK inks will both smooth out a little bit over the hours, but this is kind of the look I'm going for here. And we're done with the picked raspberry. In fact, we're done with color blending. Now I need to get out my Misti stamping platform. I am so excited. It looks like my waffle flower mats that I ordered a couple weeks ago, and they got damaged in transit. Looks like they're arriving tomorrow. So yay. And this background, I want to say it measures 5 by 4. And since my card is a little bit bigger than that, I'm just going to center it here in the middle. And I'll try and get this up on camera for you. Just kind of place it like that on my platform. Well, I guess that back doesn't work on the platform. I didn't try this part out. So take it off the platform for now. And I'm just gonna ink it up. And I'm using a light gray, the GinaK Soft Stone. I don't want this to be too heavy of a background, just very light. Now I gotta stand up again because I'm gonna flip this over, kind of center it in the middle. And I'm just going to use my stamping helper that I made yesterday, just to kind of hold it down, make sure I've got it all, because once I pick it up, there's no changing it. All right, pick it up. All right, that's what I wanted. Let me pull it up so you can see. Just gives it a little bit of a design in the background. Okay, and we're done with that ink. Might as well just stick my done inks over in one spot. Okay, now I do need my stamping platform again. But I need to put the foam back in it, because now I'm going to be using a polyacrylic stamp. And these are older stamps that I'm going to be using. I'm going to get this up there where you can kind of see it. If anyone, I'll show them to you here in just a moment. I've picked out this owl, but I'm not going to stamp him on now, or her on now. But it comes with a branch that the owl's going to sit on. And then this saying that says, "Sitting here thinking of you." And I got these stamps, and they do come with a matching die, many years ago at a craft convention, a rubber stamping convention. And I know it's from a named company, but for the life of me, I couldn't find them online anymore. And they have several different, oh, that was just some sayings, several different owls, different sayings, like any man can be a father, but it takes a special person to be dad. And I love the tie on him. But it also came with the matching die cuts for the different owls. So as you can see here, this owl is straight up and down, so that die would work for him. And then all the other owls that have a side, that die will work for them. But there's no names on these stamps or the dies that I could find, and that was way back when, so I didn't even think. Let's see, I want this stamp to go kind of in the middle with the wording. Oh, and I got cat hair sticking to the stamp. Sitting here thinking of you. I'm going to move this a little bit this way. Okay. Whoop. Would help. Oh, I guess I got to go the other direction. I had the stamp upside down. Ah, such is a life. And sitting here thinking of you. We'll go, let's see, how big is the owl? I need to move that down. That looks pretty good. And then, yes, the owl will fit nicely. Better put. Now, there won't be a video tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day I go into an agency that provides employment for special needs and intellectually disabled people, and my friends and I do a card making group there. I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair in Nocturne simply because this black is so black. I normally use GinaK, but I want this black to stand out from the background that I had stamped, and the pink, it is just so black. Now we can use my stamping helper that I call it. And so far it works great. The Aleene's Tacky Glue held this on, and it has stayed on. I think I'll do one little bit more spot of ink. Still that one leaf. So let's press a little harder right there. That's better. All right. That is going to look nice. Now for the owl, I want to raise it up. So I pre-cut out 2 owls because I want this to be thicker. But I learned a trick the other day watching Kathy Zielski video. And to get your stamp to line up, take these off here, I'll clean those as soon as I'm done. You put this in your cutout area. I'm just going to put 2 pieces of the owl together with a little bit of foam tape. And then you just line up your stamp. And so you should get this perfect. I'm not worried about that little smudge there because I am going to ink the dickens out of it and hope it stays down. That's why I'm anxious to get my new sticky mat. But if it should pop up again, I just put it right back inside the cutout area. Yay! It worked. I usually stamp and then die cut, and my image is cattywampus cut off in one spot, but that was perfect. Thank you, Kathy Zielski. We'll set that aside. Now I'm just gonna put these stamps back and clean them off real quick. I'm just using a little bit of water on an old rag that is covered with ink now, so I do need to wash it. Okay, we'll set these over here and off to the side. And I can just set that over here because we're done stamping. Now, I am going to use my heat tool. I'm going to turn it on here so it'll be a little bit loud. Because I used the VersaFine Clair ink, it takes a little while to dry. And I'm going to be coloring this with alcohol ink markers. So I just want to give it a quick set. Okay, that should do it. Now, I'm going to push up my sleeves here because I'm going to be laying on the table. For the owl, I've chosen, I want to make it gray. I'm going to use CG021, which is a neutral gray, and a BG041, which is a cool gray. And these are my Ohuhu markers, but you could use any markers, crayons, colored pencils, ink. Okay, this is my 041. And this is a little darker than the others, so I'm going to use it to color up the top of the head. And I'm not going to do any spectacular shading. It's just going to be straight coloring on this little girl owl. She's got a lot of detail to her, and I'm not great at shading yet. That's the only spot I'm using that color. Now I'm using the CG021. And there's not a lot to this owl, so this coloring should go quickly. Feel free to speed through it. I haven't figured out a way how to speed up my videos yet because I'm still just using some free software. I could pause and come back, but I kind of want you to see, and it's not really going to take too long. I want you to see actual time, how long it has taken to make this card. Which so far has been fairly quick. The owl is done. Now I've chosen some different shades of pink. RV198 light pink, V192 Begonia, RV789 vivid reddish purple, and RV390 rose pink. I'm going to take the eyelids are going to be this color pink. And I'll take the little centers of these flowers and turn these the same color pink. And the feet, I believe. Yeah, we're going to do the feet. All right. Now, the begonia. I want to do the wing. No, I don't want to do the... Might need to do the other end. This tip seems to be fairly dry. Now it's coming out better. And I'm going to do the center of the owl's tummy here. I'll have the link to the Craft Roulette Challenge in my description box below. Last week, there were 410 cards submitted to the challenge. So that's really great. I love seeing everyone's ideas and getting a little bit of inspiration from them. Okay. Now, RV390. Okay. I just want to see. All right. I'm going to do the outside of the flowers. Only one color left to go. All right, the RV789, the vivid reddish purple. This is going to be for in here. I've been trying to color more and I'm getting the coloring down. It's just now I need to work on shading. For little things, I can do that, but not always. So that's something I need to practice on. Okay. Now, we'll just glue this owl to this owl, and I'll use my art glitter glue for this one. Now, let's see. Oh, yeah, isn't she cute? I do want to pop her up, but not very much. I suppose I could have cut out a couple more layers of her. But I'm just going to use these. I think they're 1/8 inch. Yes, 1/8 inch foam strips that I got from Amazon. Just put a couple of those on her. And they're very thin too. Probably about the same height that they are widthwise. Little scissors. And I'll put one there. Okay, now before I put her on, I'm going to glue this to here. And then I have a whole bunch of embellishments that I picked out, but I don't know what I want to embellish it with. See, this will cover up most of that silver. Got a little bit of glue there. Where's my wet wipe? Wet wipes or wet paper towels work really good for getting glue off. All right, and I'm just going to stick my block down on here for just a second. I like that so much better than the scratched plastic that was showing before. And I can actually find it now. Before, when it was clear, if I laid it on something, it kind of melded into the background, and I'd be sitting here going, okay, where's my stamping block? And it had disappeared. And we're going to put her so she's kind of off to the edge. Now, I've got a whole bunch of different embellishments. And I'm liking these flowers. Now, I didn't want to put the heart on, but I thought about taking some of these little sequins off this middle heart and putting on the flowers on her belly. Like in there, which I think I will do. So let's put a little bit of our glitter glue here. Little daub, little daub. And I think I'll use a bigger one for there. Well, it's still a little sticky, but not too. And this is just a close to my heart wax pencil, which I've got to get more of these at the next scrapbook convention because this company is going out of business at the end of June, I believe. And I really like these pencils, so I want to keep them. Really isn't a bigger one. Oh, yeah, well, no, they're all the same size in the middle rings. But we'll put one there. I like this because you can sharpen it, and the whole stick is the wax. It's not just a little point. Then I also had these hearts in the different colors. I'm thinking I'm liking the flowers. Oh, but I think a heart too. A heart down there. Yeah, I like that heart better. And then just a couple of these flowers up there. This is like, it's plastic. It's like a flat back button. I'm not even sure where I got these from. It might have been a package of buttons at Joann's. All right. Just a few flowers. And these are sticky. So we'll put one here. All right, I need my Wink of Stella pen. Hold on, I got to add a little bit more glue. I just want to glisten up her eyelids. And the whites of her eye. We're just going to do her whole eye there. Make the whole eye glisten. And then a little bit on this wing. This is Wink of Stella in clear. That's it. All right, I'm done. No more embellishment. Now, if anyone out there knows the company that makes these owls, I would love to know. If you could just put a comment below and tell me. I did an internet search yesterday and this morning, and I'm finding lots of owls with die cuts, but not these. I would like to get more if they're still available, because I remember there were sets of owls for a wide variety of occasions, and I just love it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.